Oh, this is gonna be my review of Resident Evil Revelations. Let's open it up. I've beaten the game, and I'm starting all over again with a new save file. Talk about this takes place between Resident Evil 4 and 5. The story is really well done. The voice acting is somewhat cheesy, but like I said, it is well done. The sound quality is great. Technically, the graphics, from a graphical standpoint, are amazing. This is the technical showcase for the Nintendo 3DS system. From the sound to the graphics, even the 3D. There's settings in the menu that allow you to crank the 3D past the slider limits. So it's kind of interesting to see how there's under the hood of the 3DS, developers are able to tweak it even more. So, controls are great. It's more of a stop and shoot, but there's options for the Psychopath Pro, which I have.
No one could have lived through that.
I'm gonna pause that by pressing the home menu. With the Psychopath Pro, you can move and shoot, reload. Even if you don't have the Psychopath Pro, you can play the game, and if you reload, you can move while you reload. It's a very, I would say, a very nice. It's a very a decent length, maybe 12 hours, and then there's the online, which is another beast in itself. This is a showcase of the story, the cutscenes and such.
It's a trap. Yeah, I'd almost guarantee it. Ryan, we'll go after Jill and Parker. Make your way to the Mediterranean. Damn it. Bastard took one of my weapons.
Can you reach HQ?
No, comms are out, it seems. Shit, we'll be stuck here. Jim! Who the hell are you?
Right, and there you go. This a little, like, the production is they really went all out on it, and frankly, this game is better than Resident Evil 5. Like, it is. It's like, if people were disappointed with Resident Evil 5, this is a lot. This destroys that game, and the fact that Resident Evil 6 is coming out, I'm excited because I played Revelations. If you have not played Revelations, then I would understand people not being hyped about it, but after playing this, it seems like they regained their footing. So, another improvement that they made, which I think is going to be in Resident Evil 6, is that your partner, if you have an AI partner, they don't take damage at all. Like, that was the main thing, because the AI is, well, obviously it's the AI. But they don't take damage in this game, so it's no game over because of that. In Resident Evil 5, you suffer a lot from that. If you have Sheva as a partner, aside if you didn't have someone, if you weren't playing online with someone or on a cop with somebody. So that's one improvement. I know that in Resident Evil 6, even though this is a review of Revelations, and Resident Evil 6, they're saying that there's going to be 6 co-op. It could be a 6-player co-op or AI. So hopefully they take notes from this game about. If it's gonna be AI controlled, just don't let the AI partner take damage, and let us, the user, the gamers, have more say in what in the settings menu. Okay. Sorry, blocking up the reflection. So. Okay. Let me see. Hold on a minute. Controls. Okay. Alright, cool. You see, now you see me with the left hand, I'm strafing. Now with that, the circle pad, the right, I can aim and strafe at the same time. I have a shotgun now. So sniper rifle, pistol so far, and we have a shotgun. So I'm gonna let myself get killed. This is one of the bosses. And there you go. Instant death hit if you get hit by that. But with that, you know, get the idea. So let me elaborate. The controls are an evolution of Resident Evil 4. So you can move and reload at the same time. You can move and shoot. If you do not have the Circle Pad Pro accessory, it basically controls more like Resident Evil 4, where you stop and shoot. But if you reload, you can move while you reload. Is this Circle Pad Pro necessary to play the game? No. Because it's a camera perspective over the shoulder, so it's controls don't suffer much from it. But like games like let's see, Kingdom Hearts 3D, I would say you definitely use it, because it's not just moving the camera right and left. It's that you can zoom in and out and up and down and such. It just makes the experience better for Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear Solid 3D. I mean, it's a lot better using an actual analog. So the game, like I said, is a great story, well done. Monsters are a little repetitive, the base enemies, but some great bosses. The last boss is actually pretty awesome. The particle effects it does using the 3DS. The 3D is great. It's very immersive. There's even a setting that, like I said, to crank it past to make it even more in depth. Sound design is a great sounding game. From a technical level, the only issues, there's no issues. I mean, when you transfer to a new era, it's loading, so it's gonna stutter a little bit. But graphically, the game looks amazing, and it's a technical showpiece for the 3DS. This is the best system. This is the game. The Resident Evil Revelation is the best game for the 3DS. It's my number one game for the 3DS. It really is. It's a showcase, and then it's the online. I'm not gonna run the raid mode because, like I said, I'm holding this, but it's pretty awesome and more in depth. I mean, you have the 3D Mercenaries that were launched when the 3DS came out, and the online portion of that just destroys that. If you want an awesome single player campaign, and then an awesome online. This is like I said, it's a showpiece software for 3DS. It has a great graphics, sound, and then the online also is there. It's really complete and very in depth and involved. Capcom did not pull any punches with this release. The 3DS ships game cards are 2 gigs, but this game uses a 4 gig memory card. There was issues when the game first released that there were a lot of people complaining that they were charging $50, and one of the reasons why they were charging $50 because it was using a 4 gig game card, not a 2 gig game card. There was a lot of production that went into this, and obviously they were saying they're trying to get costs down. The game is now $40. Definitely check this game out. It is a revelation. No pun intended. Pun intended. You know, I love Resident Evil 4. You know, the classic Resident Evils are good, but they're flawed control-wise. Resident Evil 4 with some bosses, some of the best bosses, and it's a great game. And then Resident Evil 5 sort of like, I don't know, you know. And then playing this, I'm excited for Resident Evil 6. So there you go. That's my review of Resident Evil Revelations. To break down, great story, well done, even cheesy dialogue, great sound, fantastic graphics, great single player campaign, great bosses, some repetitive enemies, a great premise to have on a tanker. It's just a well thought out game, and I highly recommend it. I will give this game a 9.5 out of 10. Probably the only issues I have was the hammy dialogue, which is cheesy, which is no big deal, but then some of the repetitive enemies. I wish some of the base enemies could have been a little more variety in that regard, but everything else is the hit right out of the park. Okay, well, thank you very much, and that's my review for Resident Evil Revelations. Thank you for your time.